can be an art form.
Everyone in here has a story to tell.
In first? Yeah, affirmative. We can work that out together.
This is a fist fight with Mother Nature.
Are we forgotten as we forget?
Images come to him, and phrases.
It usually comes like a flash.
The speed of light comes and goes. Again, I'm blind with memories I can't decipher.
I think there, but for fortune, go you or go I.
You know, these streets ain't no joke.
When you're living on the streets, you know the deal.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out here.
It's about surviving, finding a place to sleep.
Man, it's crazy out here.
Everybody open one thing.
Getting that next meal.
Hi.
How are you?
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich
Thank you so
is
much.
Anthony's one meal for the day.
And it's just nice to give people things that they need.
Yeah.
If Anthony only knew what went into his first meal in 24 hours,
You know, tastes good.
this sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly.
The flow is this: peanut butter, pasta, jelly.
If he only knew the whole story from the beginning.
Let's start with peanut butter. Let's go.
We could tell him Seattle fifth graders at St. John's School
Do you have white bread?
made the sandwiches that afternoon.
These are going to homeless people who don't have food to eat.
Ooh, yeah.
Enough sandwiches to feed all the homeless at City Hall Park.
Oh, my goodness.
If only they knew the rest of the story. The trail of the sandwiches
This is good.
ends here.
I'm from St. John's School, and we made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I appreciate it.
Should we check your blood pressure today?
But it began months ago.
Want to come in here? Oh, let's go in. We can go in here.
The moment a homeless woman named Adriana
There we go.
walked into the Pioneer Square Clinic and saw something extraordinary on the wall. Adriana wanted to be up there too,
Her story was amazing.
with all the other portraits of patients at the clinic, the homeless men and women who never imagined someone asking them two questions.
Oh, she was like, "Can I take a picture of you?"
There.
I'm like, "Yeah, why?"
And, can I paint your portrait?
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, when she said she wanted to do my portrait, I was flabbergasted.
That question itself would make anyone feel
Important.
important.
Yeah, because somebody,
Cares.
yeah,
And she really does.
yes.
Any pain today?
She
Nothing?
is Nurse Mary Larson,
Yes.
treating the homeless at the clinic by
Let
day,
me start with your temperature.
by night,
I work from the photos of the patients.
in the comfort of her studio.
I like to do the portraits together, like a group of friends.
She's artist Mary Larson.
When I look at some of these faces, I just see absolute total joy, despite the circumstances. I watch all of these faces progress. They come to life all along the way, but there are moments when there they are. You're almost ready to start having conversations with them.
It's a struggle,
Yeah.
but nobody said the road was going to be easy.
What do you want people to know about you?
15 days after marriage, he started beating me up.
Isn't that something?
I live off just my Social Security.
Yeah.
That's not easy, finding your way out here on these mean streets.
Human beings can come out of hard things.
I'm still alive, doing well.
You know, just recently I started smiling.
Well, the sparkle in their eyes comes to life.
When she began painting the portraits 10 years ago, she realized she could make a difference.
I start thinking about what we're going to sell the paintings for.
Not for cash, though,
No money for these.
but for the things
750 sticks of deodorant.
the homeless need.
Maybe 800 pairs of brand new underwear.
Great.
Lewis's portrait just sold for something he could use in the winter.
Warm stocking caps.
Around 400 or 500.
His face made somebody happy.
Edwin's portrait, 250 boxes of cereal.
For a food bank,
There'll be a lot of healthy people walking around because of this portrait.
1,000 pairs of brand new socks, 1,500 toothbrushes, 900 tubes of toothpaste.
I couldn't believe it.
Felton's portrait, 750 cans of food.
It just blows me away.
And I said, man, that's a lot of canned goods.
So no money.
Sandwiches, yes.
I can't imagine just having one sandwich to last the whole day.
The question, how many? In exchange for Adriana's portrait, Mary Larson is about to tell those fifth graders.
If you guys are ready for a big challenge, I would like to see if you together are able to make a total of 3,000 sandwiches. Do you think you could do that? Yeah! Oh my! Well, that will mean you will have fed 3,000 hungry people in Seattle.
It's amazing.
Consider these sandwiches
I'm from St. John's and we made 100 today.
a down payment for the portrait of Adriana that, from now on, hangs on the wall at St. John's.
Close to God. I don't know.
You can thank Nurse Mary Larson.
Made me feel important. Famous.
When our patients lend their faces to this, to be painted, they're helping make a better world. And we need that right now.
Now you know the rest of the story and the trail of this sandwich.
That's perfect.
6 squirts.
Here you go.
We get out here early in the morning.
It's just such a beautiful setting.
We just believe that we need to have a place.
We need to set a perimeter up so we can set our lines down.
We put out one white cross for each soldier or Marine that died.
But it takes us about 3 hours to do it the way we want to do it.
When we started putting out 400 crosses because there were 400 soldiers that had died.
The crosses to me are markers. We want people to understand it's just not 1 or 2 or 3.
3 years later from the time we started, the number's real close to 3,200.
It hits you.
The casualty list is growing and it's getting larger and larger and larger.
We put out one white cross until we ran out of space. We started putting out one red cross for every 10 soldiers or Marines that died.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
It affects people very deeply.
It's very sad to look at each one of these crosses and know that that was someone's
brother,
life.
Father.
They have a family.
A son, a cousin.
They have friends and they're gone because of this war.
Sacrifices made by soldiers.
They fell in love and they had been down here on the pier.
People really need to see the human cost of war, I think.
And then he went off to Iraq. And not too long later, he died in Iraq. And so she came back down here and put up this memorial for him.
For us, it was the perfect spot. We get thousands and thousands of people through here every day. They're locals and they're people, other parts of the United States.
This is why this is a perfect location, actually.
And people come down here for fun.
Quite the comparison that there's all this life going on here and all these people, all these men and women have sacrificed their lives for America.
This is a somber reminder that there is a war going on and that people should be aware of it.
It is a stark contrast, yeah.
We didn't pick this because the pier and the amusement park is up there, but it is kind of ironic to have the two so close together. This project is sponsored by Veterans for Peace. We do want people to be aware of the cost of war, but we're also veterans.
And that's the idea. We want it to look respectful.
And if it's not appropriate to a soldier's funeral, we try not to do it down here.
Each person that comes down here takes it in a different way. I think that's the beauty of this.
I said a little prayer in my head for this person, for his family.
be. Men and women who have lost their lives in Iraq deserve to be remembered now, not in 30 years.
We have often said that we will keep doing this as long as they're sending back flag-draped caskets.
It's just a piece of history, Capitol Hill history. It's always been there for me.
It's simple, really.
Price is good.
You have to have quarters. Gotta have quarters.
The mystery.
We want to see it. We want to see it.
You never know what you're going to get.
It's kind of cool that you don't know what you're getting.
That's the beauty of it.
A soda machine.
When we walked by here, I said, is that it?
Oh, it's beaten up. It's old.
Vintage, to be kind.
It doesn't really look like it would work.
With its yellowing plastic buttons from,
well, I'm guessing,
maybe the 70s or the 80s that not only works.
This thing's been here for a few years and
I've never come here and had it not be working.
It keeps the imagination fully stocked.
Nobody knows how it got here or who services it.
It's always full.
Most people walk past without noticing.
It looks old.
I imagine people are pleasantly surprised when they put money in and something comes out.
This is so exciting for a tourist from Georgia.
But some come from across the country.
Oh good, I want that one.
Drop in 3 quarters and take a chance.
It's a crapshoot.
Dr. Pepper Cherry.
It's a mystery, this soda machine.
Oh yeah, it's a mystery every time you go up to it.
You know, I can live with it.
Sitting on Capitol Hill.
Tipped over a time or two and broken into and
bolted in place.
But it lives on.
If only there was someone who could unlock this mystery.
Oh, I'm sure I could.
Well, he could unlock it.
Yeah, I can go over there and open it right up and get as much Coke as I want out of it, literally.
But he'd rather not.
We tend to just let it lie, you know.
Eric Hayes remembers this machine sitting here in 1986 when they opened Broadway Locksmith.
It's been there ever since. People love it, so we leave it alone. Let it be.
Of all the mysteries in life,
where can you get an orange soda?
Why is abbreviation such a long word? Whose sock is this?
Oh, it's not orange.
Do they even still make Squirt?
I had a Squirt. When's the last time you had a can of Squirt?
This mysterious soda machine has become a measuring stick of humanity.
Yeah. Everybody's equal when they go to that machine. It doesn't matter how rich you are or how poor you are. You're standing there wondering what's going to come out, and you're hoping, you can deny it, but I know you're hoping for something specific.
75 cents. A symbol of hope and despair.
It wouldn't have shocked me if nothing came out.
It's like life.
You put a lot of money into things and a lot of times nothing comes out of it. This is better than life.
Sometimes in life, it's better not to unlock the mystery.
Yeah, let the mystery go.
It's better than knowing what you're going to get every time.
To enjoy what you get out of life.
It's kind of cool to see people that are new bringing their friends down to see the machine.
Or what you get out of the soda machine.
The price never changes, you know, that's the cool part.
All that and a can of Squirt.
Still tastes like grapefruit.
It's a quiet place. A city waking up. Listen to the quiet of the early morning hour, surrendering to the noise.
The world is exploding with noise.
Not here.
There's just enough wind that'll knock out the noise pollution of Port Angeles.
Hurricane Ridge in the Olympic National Park.
Now this is a place I would really like to listen to.
Up here.
I can never spend enough time.
If you listen carefully.
Nature is very unexpected. Nature is music. Nature is rhythm.
You'll hear nature speaking to you.
And when's the last time you listened to snow melting and discovered it truly is music you can dance to?
And you'll see Gordon Hempton recording it all.
Fritz is my business partner. We've been around the world 3 times.
His recordings are used in everything from museum exhibits, movie soundtracks, video games. So it's his job.
I take my pictures with sound.
To listen to the world.
So what we have here, we have 2 ears, right? Just like we have 2 ears.
The microphones.
As the sound wave approaches the head, it wraps around and arrives at the ears at slightly different times.
His obsession to get the world to listen to what's at stake.
Quiet has been vanishing in the United States.
And the one place where quiet should be is here.
Did you just hear that barest roar of a jet?
It should be quieter at our next stop. The Olympic National Park's Hoh Valley.
This is one of the quietest places in the United States, and we're headed for the quietest place still a few miles ahead.
That sacred spot, 3.2 miles into the rainforest, is marked by a little rock Gordon Hempton placed on a moss-covered log 6 years ago on Earth Day. We're almost there.
It's just a place to stand guard, to defend the silence.
He figures if he can protect nature's quiet in that single square inch,
it has in effect become a monument.
He will have preserved the natural sounds for everyone who comes here to get away from the noise.
There is a need for quiet in every one of us.
When we get there, to 1 square inch of silence, no talking allowed.
So this is the last point that I'll be saying anything.
So the question of why this is so personal to Gordon will have to wait. Gordon Hempton begins recording in this place he calls 1 square inch of silence, and he loves what he hears. A raven reminding us of nature's hold on us. And then a reminder of why Gordon's out here at 1 square inch. It's his way of making noise about the noise, and his wish this quietest of quiet places be off limits to all aircraft.
And I write him a letter. Let him know what happened. Let him know somebody cares. And send him a recording of the experience here in Hoh and how they ruined it.
Now listen to this.
It started with a thump, thump, thump.
The answer to the question, why take this stand?
2003, I lost my hearing. Almost overnight.
Miraculously, 18 months later,
in a flash, my hearing recovered 100%.
He knew then that this job of his, recording sound all over the world,
I was so filled with gratitude,
would turn into something more.
To try to save the natural quiet in our national parks. That would have to be a miracle. This is the perfect place to be reminded that miracles are everywhere.
You hear that?